Hi there, Terry back again. I hope I find you well. Welcome to my latest video. And today it is Batman. Batman 1970, that is. We don't want to do that, do we? We do not want dropping comics. That's not a good idea at all. No. Will that be in the outtakes, we ask ourselves? Right, let's settle down and let's go for it. Yes, Batman 1976, the year of the long hot summer. Well, it was in here, in the UK anyway. We certainly weren't used to the temperatures back then. And of course, you Americans had your bicentennial. Right, I'll get started. Batman 271, January 76. Cover by Dick Giordano, Tajania Wood and Gaspar Saladino. And The Corpse That Came COD. David Verne Reed writing, Herb Novick with the pencils, Frank McLaughlin with the inks, and in this one we have 2 rugs, Bruce's birthday, dead bodies, and a vibro gun, and a pane in the expletive deleted. Lady Magazine photographer. Oh, and Vedic, Agni, God worshippers. The trivia, especially for the Greyman, there's a hostess fruit pies ad with Batman titled The Captive Commissioner, and the art by Kurt Swan. That actually runs throughout virtually all of these issues with different Twinkie adverts. Then we have 272, February 76. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez and Tajania Wood with the Underworld Olympics 76, written again by David Verne Reed, pencils also by Jose, and inks by Ernie Chan. And this story, we have the Underworld Olympics, and different teams from around the world commit crimes for points. The South Americans are tasked with killing a random person whose name is taken from a phone book. They succeed. Batman, unfortunately, is too late to stop the murder, but he does capture 2 of the criminals, and the story continues into the next issue. 273, March 76, Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood, this time with the cover and the title, The Bank Shot That Baffled Batman. David Verne Reed writing, Ernie Chan and Frank McLaughlin with the art. And we have a European team this time, and they disrupt a reenactment of a Revolutionary War battle. They wound... They wound. No, they didn't. They wound several of the participants and then put the Union Jack in place of the American flag. Then 2 of the team makes deposits into a bank safety deposit box. This has a lot to do with the cover. And we continue into the next issue. April 76. Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood with the art on the cover. Title, Gotham City Treasure Hunt. David Verne Reed again continues his story. Ernie Chan with the internal art. The lady on the cover is the leader of the Afro-Asian team. Their assignment, a treasure hunt. She actually loses this battle on the cover, so the rest of her team can escape, and to find the clues to find what's needed to complete their treasure hunt. Batman and Commissioner Gordon finally realise there's an underground Olympics taking place. 275, May cover date, Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood. The last instalment of these games. Verne Reed writing, Ernie Chan and Tex Blaisdell with the art. And we have The Ferry Blows at Midnight. The city is plagued by unusual crimes. The theft of a key to the city, robbery of a soccer ball, and while the game is underway, an antique plaque from a fire engine. Batman doesn't halt the robberies, but he is successful later on in the story. Which brings an end to these games, but leaving Batman wondering, whose idea was it? .276 in June. Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood again with the art on the cover. Title, The Haunting of the Spook. And a character we first saw back in Detective 434. Real name Val Kalbinansi, or Calibanitz, however which way you like to pronounce it. Writer is still David Verne Reed. And a little trivia about David. His first Batman story was way back in issue number 56, December 1949 cover date. It was the cover story, Ride, Bat Hombre, Ride. He actually created Deadshot back in Batman number 59 from 1950. 27 years later, he was brought back and redesigned by Steve Englehart and Marshall Rogers in Detective 474 in 1977. There you go. So, back to this issue. Internal art by Ernie Chan. Batman is controlled by subliminal messages from the spook. The idea being the spook wants Batman to think he has killed him, hoping Batman wouldn't be able to trust himself and he would hang up his cape. But Batman turns the tables on him without realising, and he uses the same technique that Spook was going to do. So it really peed him off. Alright, sorry about this. May I interrupt me for a minute? This is just to let you know, I was very kindly entered into a competition on the Son of Crom's channel. And I'm now in the last 16, which is very good. Thank you very much, whoever it was that voted for me. So I will leave the link below letting you vote for your favourite channel. It finishes at midnight on Saturday, and that's this coming Saturday on that Son of Crom's time, wherever that is. Anyway, vote for your favourite, whomever that may be. Now, back to Terry and Batman. Right, we have Batman 277, July cover date. Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood with the cover. And this, along with 32 other covers, featured the bicentennial strip. People needed to cut 25 strips from 25 different bannered comics, such as this one, like this is number 11, to send away for a Superman belt buckle. Now I wonder, will they do something similar next year for the 250th? Back to the comic. Title, The Riddle of the Man Who Walked Backwards. David Verne Reed writing, Ernie Chan and Tex Blaisdell with the art. Bruce is on vacation with a lovely lady called Susan. When what you see on the cover happens, well, sort of. It's actually Bruce that fights the monster. But the monster escapes. Alfred informs Bruce that Susan is catching the next plane to Gotham. Bruce puts on his costume and hides on the beach. He sees a backward walking man with a peg leg. They have a brief scuffle where Batman knocks him out, but in turn he is knocked out by an unseen assailant. He wakes to find himself dressed as Bruce. Alfred had been on the scene. He also had called the police. Bruce is being arrested for the murder of the peg-legged man. Peg-legged man called Sam Taggart was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He had come across dope smugglers, one of which was dressed as the monster. Bruce breaks out of the jail using tools inside his bat boot heel and tries to solve the murder of Taggart and the reason of the monster on the beach, not knowing about the drug smuggling at the time. 278, August cover date. Ernie Chan again with Tajania Wood. Stop Me Before I Kill Batman. David Verne Reed writing, Ernie Chan and Tex Blaisdell with the art. A visiting inspector from Scotland Yard called Clive Kittredge accompanies Batman on patrol. He becomes involved in Batman's latest case, and Batman receives a marionette with a wrung neck from Commissioner Gordon, a lovely present. And just after Batman and Kittredge had met a red-headed man desperately trying to say something, but he couldn't speak. This man turns out to be the Ringer, the one that's been doing this on the cover here. Batman and Kittredge have to work out who the real target is amongst these strangled marionettes and talking dolls. 279 September. Another Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood cover. And another David Verne Reed story. Ernie Chan and Tex Blaisdell with the art. The title this time, Riddler on the Rampage. And the Riddler decides to bombard Batman with riddles to confuse and perplex him, hoping to break him. But he doesn't realise what determination means as far as Batman is concerned. And with the help of the return of Robin, does Riddler really stand a chance? Trivia people. This was the first Batman book that came under new publisher Jeanette Kahn's purview. Batman 280, October 76, covered by the regulars. And then Ernie Chan and Tajania Wood. Title, The Only Crime in Town. And it's another David Verne Reed tale. Ernie Chan still penciling and Frank Giacoya inking this time. This story is one massive con job played on Batman. Robberies that are not robberies and robberies that are, but are really not. Confused? You will be, but it's a clever tale. 281 November. Jasper Saladino joins Ernie and Tajania Wood with the cover. David Verne Reed writing. Murder comes in black boxes. Ernie with the internal art and text back with inks. 3 secret agents from different countries are led to a street corner in Gotham and are killed when a car purposely hits them. Batman finds out they were agents through Interpol. The next 3 issues he travels to the countries these agents were from, gathering information on why they were killed and trying to find if there is a greater crime to be committed. And Vince Coletta joins Ernie and Tajania this time for the cover. 4 Doorways to Danger. David Verne reading. No, I expect he did read it, but David Verne Reed continues his story, and the art is by Ernie and Tex. All I will say about this issue, being I've covered the gist of it with November's cover, Batman gets shot in the head twice at the end of the issue. So join me for the Batman 1977 video in a few months to see if he survived and how. And on that cliffhanger, that brings 1976 to a close. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. I have Action 1970 to bring you soon, plus Detective in 76. Plus, if I do buy some cool stuff from Thought Bubble this weekend, this is actually Thursday I'm recording this, just before I go tomorrow, I will be showing that off too. Well, if you would, thumbs up, comment, and join if this is your thing. And I will be back very soon. Thank you and bye.